정부모님을 모시어 청주의 대표적 가동이 되며 흉잼적 가동이 되어 가정에 세우는 효자, 국가에 세우는 정신, 세계에 세우는 성현, 청주에 세우는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 교원 우리 가정은 점사랑을 존심하고 4대 심원권과 3대 원권과 원조권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 천일국 교원 우리 가정은 점사랑을 존심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상은 천주 대가족을 영성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 교원 우리 가정은 참사랑을 전심하고 매일 초체적 천선세계와 내선적 제선세계의 통일을 향해 청렴적 박정을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 교원 우리 가정은 참사랑을 전심하고 하늘 부모님과 천부모님의 내신 가정으로서 천원을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 영통해
연결시키는 과정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
7. 천일국 교인
우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고
원형의 혈통과 연결된 외하는 세계를 통하여 심리군과 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 교인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 전심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상이로 지선정국과 정선정국의 해방권과 석박권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. Reverend Juanita will now offer the morning prayer.
Let us all take a deep breath this morning. And as we take that deep breath, let us remember that it was God that blew the first breath of air in our bodies and made us a living soul. And we're so grateful this morning. Heavenly Parent, beloved true parent of heaven and earth and all humankind, thank you. Thank you for waking us up this morning, starting us on our way. Dear God, we thank you for another day. A day of expectations, a day of blooming, a day of growing, a day of learning. We want this day to be a full day, dear God. And with every step we take and every move we make, we know you're watching us, dear God. And we truly want to love each other and watch out for each other, dear God. We thank you so much because you are our everything. You are our God, you are our Father, you are our Creator, you are our Maker, you are our Lover, you're everything. And we're so grateful that you gave us free will. We're so grateful that you have raised us now to this point that we can meet our true parents.
Oh, yes.
A man and woman who has defied everything to bring us the truth, have knocked down heaven and hell to raise up heaven and knock down hell to bring us this truth, dear God, that we are now studying and learning more about, dear God, learning how to let it penetrate our cells and our bone marrow and our bodies, to embody it, to take it over, let it take us over so that we can walk right, talk right, and be in your stead, dear God. We thank you for our true parents because all they've ever done was to think about your will. All they've ever wanted was to live your will. All they've sought after was a life of heavenly loyalty and righteousness. And dear God, that's the same thing we want to inherit this morning, dear God. We want to be bold and loving and caring and Turn this world around, dear God. Because there's enough of us, dear God, to change this world. There's enough of us, dear God, to make America your nation, dear God. So this morning, dear God, let us put it in our hearts and our minds that we will bring America to you. That you said where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, that's where I'll be. So you don't need a whole lot of people, dear God, but you need a core of people who are willing to die for you, who are willing to give everything they have for you, dear God. And that's what we want to do this morning, dear God. That's what we want to do as your children, as your daughters and sons and daughters, dear God. We want to walk right. We want to do the things that will lift up heaven, dear God. So this morning, dear God, as we hear the words of our teacher, Sunsen Young, Dr. Young, we want to really take it in, dear God. He's given us a clear understanding of what it means to live the principle, to be the principle, not just talk it, dear God, not put it on a board, but to live it. So this morning, dear God, I pray that you can be with all our leaders, especially our second generation as they take over the reign, as they become the drum majors, dear God. Please help them to march to the right tune. Help them to be the people you want them to be, dear God. So I pray for all my sisters and brothers around the world who are listening to the sound of our voice this morning, Dr. Young's voice, that we can all be one this morning in heart and mind, because the heart always wins, dear God. So we thank you, and we offer everything up to you, and hope that it bring you confident joy to see your children studying and praying this morning. We offer everything up as blessed central families, the P.L. Louis family, Edna, Juanita, and Jude. We pray. Aju.
Thank you, Reverend Juanita. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to our morning devotion.
Okay. Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. I am very happy to see you all. And then for me here, second day. As you know that today is our beloved true mother is coming. So let's prepare our heart and then welcome our true mother from bottom of our heart. So today is a really, really great day, and then preparing for mother coming to America. So first of all, I'd like to ask the Pastor Edna to leading the 10 points appreciation. Select 1 or 2 person to share their appreciation.
Good morning. 목사님 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
예, 반갑습니다.
Heavenly Green, thank you. You selected again. Wow, great.
My first appreciation goes out to Heavenly Parent and true parents. Because Dr. Young taught us that in any situation whatsoever, we have to give God, as a central priority in our lives. So even though I've mentioned true parents before in my 10 points, but I want to do it every day, every time. We have to put the parents first. So my first appreciation is to Heavenly Parent and true parents. My second point of appreciation is for this place, Belvedere. I think I was born again, into this family by way of Belvedere. When I first came here, I came here anticipating that today you're going to meet the Messiah. This was the news that my spiritual father gave me, that you will meet Messiah today. So when I came here, I saw two men on the stage. There was Dr. Bohi Pak, and there was Father. At first I thought, oh, Bohi Pak must be the Messiah. Because Father was pushing and kicking. And the way we have been trained to see Messiah was very humble man. And that was the position taken by Bohi Pak. Mm-hmm. So that's my second appreciation for Belvedere. My third appreciation is, I had a chance to sing a song for true parents. So I did a song from my own country, Jamaica. And I would sing one line of that song in appreciation for being able to sing that song for true parents. Song goes like this. This is my island in the sun, where my people have toiled since time began. Though I may sail on many a seas, her shores would always be home to me. O island in the sun, willed to me by my Father's hand, all my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sand. So my second point of appreciation, I got a chance to sing a song for true parents. My next point of appreciation is that during the pandemic, a lot of New Yorkers were told to stay home because it's very dangerous, especially for people over 50 or over 60 to come on the street. But, I was at home for 1 or 2 days and wondering, but what am I doing here? And then I said, if True Father was here in America, what would he be doing in this time of pandemic? And, the thought came to me that you got to go out and serve. So I found a pantry where a lot of people were being served. And I spent many months there along with our pastor and my wife. We decided we would go out and serve the community. So we had a great experience doing that, serving those who were in need. Anyway, I'm going to stop here for today and ask my wife to say something.
Oh my gosh. Is this okay? Thank you. Good morning, Dr. Young.
Good morning.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. I think his ancestors did that. Because I was praying earlier on and expressing my gratitude for his ancestors, my husband's ancestors. And so maybe they wanted me to say it. Yeah, nothing happened by chance. So, I also want to express the gratitude to our heavenly parents, true parents, especially our true mother. True Father is working with her in the spirit world, and she's here on the physical earth. She's 77 years of age, and she have this deep desire as a mother to bring her children home. She have this deep desire to see us do well.
She have this deep desire to see the world change and change for for God's sake. God is waiting for that change. And she is a true daughter, a daughter of Filial Piety. She wants to see that too. And so, deep in her heart, she's pleading with us, unite with me. Let us do this together and do it quickly. It's urgent. We need to do so. That urgent heart, for us to go forward. And she's going herself. This is a pandemic and she's coming to the United States, the eldest son nation. That's her child. And she's coming here to help us to feel better, to help us to do better, to help us to stand so that heavenly parents can see the reality of one family under God. And so, deep in my heart, I can't but express gratitude for our true mother, our patience, our love, and say that we as children here, I heard Reverend Juanita pray that, we as children here, we have to do our part. We have to do whatever needs to be done and feel there's an urgent need for us to do it. I feel that in my heart. I'm saying I can't say how long I have to live on this earth. None of us can. So then we have to treat the situation with urgency. And then I was reflecting this morning and I said, I really want to express gratitude to not just my ancestors, but my husband's ancestors. Because without them, he would not be here. They wanted him here. Through Changpyeong and Daemonim, we were told that, I think it was Reverend Hernandez who said that, many pearls have been offered up for us to be here by our ancestors, And I said, this man, he's crazy. My husband is crazy. What do I mean by that? He's crazy for God. I remember when he came back to Jamaica, he had all these true fathers button all over him. And he was going like crazy in my country. Nobody, what are you doing with that Asian person face on your body, the buttons and things like that? But he said, he's my father. We had North and South Koreans embassy in my country. And, he went to these embassies. And when they asked him, who is that? He said, it's Reverend Moon. He said, first he said, it's Abba G. And he's telling everybody that true father is his father. And he didn't say it with any smile. He said it, like he's joking or something like that. He was deadbeat serious. We would say that in Jamaica when somebody's really serious about something, you would say he's deadbeat serious, And then he was expressing that. And they were impressed by him. They invited him to their home up in the hills because some of them were doing business there. So with that kind of passion, I said, God called him to be here. And he's just this passionate person. Either all the way up. No middle ground. I won't say else. But this is my husband. So for him to be here and feel like that and be like that, it means his ancestors must have pushed hard for him to be here. And I'm grateful to them for bringing him in this movement to meet our two parents. Arju? Yes. And I want to say also gratitude to all my leaders. Yes. Gratitude to every single person. The Women's Federation, we have several leaders all the way down. Our present leader right now is Reverend Sally. And she has been fighting the good fight to bring sisters into a whole different realm to connect with our two parents. So I just want to express gratitude for her, and she have the stalwart Reverend Juanita Pierre-Louis and what is her name? The younger Kathleen, to support her in this role. All of us as one. So I'm giving God thanks. I will stop here. God bless.
Okay. Thank you. Beautiful reflection from the Heavenly Green and Mrs. Green. Just now already mentioned that our beloved true mother is coming to America. We have longing heart to meet our true mother. Yesterday, I was so moved by our Reverend John Jackson. He came to the Las Vegas all the way from Texas. You know, how many hours, more than 1 day trips. And he came to the Las Vegas all the way. He brought, the paper cranes, more than 10,000 about the paper cranes. And then under his leadership, I think the sub-region 4, all brothers and sisters really offer and making 10,000 paper cranes and then brought to the IPEC here. I was so moved by their 정성, their effort, their filial piety. I really, really touched by our Reverend John Jackson's about great filial piety, and with all sub-region 4 brothers and sisters, 정성 and filial piety. Yesterday I shared that I did not know Father passed away so quickly. After I meeting our Father, just a few months later, he's gone. I never knew that it was the last meeting with the true Father. So since Father left, whenever I see Mother, of course, our mother is still healthy. However, we do not know. When Mother came to Nepal and then came to Cambodia, and then I came to Korea to see our true Mother. In my life, how many times can I see more our true Mother face? Of course, our desire, our wish is to see our true Mother all the time, forever. But our true Mother also has a physical body. There's a limitation to live on the earth. That's why always in my heart, wow, how many times can I see our true Mother? I need to more put my heart and 정성 to attend our true Mother. So Mother is coming today. Can you imagine how many times Mother will come to America? Whenever she coming to America, each time is so precious, really precious. She's 77 years old, getting old, older and older. How often she can come to America? She's now visiting to America, already she came last year around December, almost like 1 year. So now she determined to come to America, all the way from Korea. Her commitment is so beautiful and so dedicated to love her elder son nation, America. So we need to really appreciate from bottom of our heart, her visiting to all the elder son nation again. That's why yesterday, John Jackson, she's a representative of the elder son nation. And then with all American brothers and sisters' heart, including Canada, how much they are putting their Johnson. It took more than 1 month to make 10,000 paper cranes. This is one of the really best gift from their heart. I think all our American brothers and sisters has the same heart. That comes the filial piety. Today, my morning devotion, I'd like to talk again the filial piety. What is filial piety? Part 2. Yesterday I talked about that, what's the essence of the love? What's the essence of a heart that is a longing heart? Therefore, same things. What's the essence of the filial piety? As long as you have the filial piety, as long as you love your father and mother, automatically you can have longing heart. Longing heart. You love someone, that means automatically you have the longing heart. You say that I love my husband, I love my wife, I love someone, but you don't have longing heart, that means you don't have love and heart, you don't have any filial piety. That's why anyone have a filial heart, filial love, automatically shedding tears whenever you think your parents. So always tears following whenever you love your father and mother. So how much do you miss heavenly parents? How much do you miss true Father who is in spiritual world? How much do you miss and longing heart for true Mother? So this is actually based upon filial piety. Filial piety is the most important alignment. Filial piety, we never think about horizontal way. Filial piety is absolute vertical alignment. So when we build an apartment or a house, any building, most important thing is how to put the pillar. Pillar is important. This is a vertical alignment. Without putting the vertical pillar, you cannot put central beam. So always vertical alignment first. What the greatest vertical alignment? That is filial piety. That's why the vertical standard is first. This is the universal principle. In your home, in your society, in your nation, even build your house, whatever. First, you need to put vertical pillar, vertical alignment. As long as you have the vertical alignment, vertical pillar, you can put horizontally central beam, whatever, you can do anything. That's why always we need to think that what the greatest importance between heavenly parents and me, between true parents and me, between my physical parents and me, that is vertical alignment, which is filial piety. That's why I really love True Mother. Her keyword, her theme is filial heart, which is Hyojong. Oh, amazing Mother. Really got a really key point. She got an essential point. Hyojong, filial heart. So let's study again about yesterday.
I talk about what is the filial piety. Filial piety is to have absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience toward your own parents, heavenly parents, and true parents with all your heart, with all your strength, with all your devotion and heart. This is a filial piety. Huh? That's why filial piety actually everything. If you set up filial piety in your family will come alive. When you set up filial piety, the moral standard in society, your society will come alive. And then your nation major or the moral standard is the filial piety, your nation will come alive. The world, if the world, the main standard of morality is a filial piety, then the whole world will come alive. Actually, filial piety is everything. You know, if there is a lack of the filial piety toward God, toward true parents, toward your own parents, you cannot build up any relationship. Though there is no vertical pillar, then how can we put the beam? And then first of all, you need to put the vertical pillar. And then you can build the house horizontally. You can put the central beam. And then whatever, you can make the door, you can make anything. Our Robert Dr. Kittle always teaching this one. This is a universal principle. Oh, our nation is a very horizontal society, democratic society. We are the brothers and sisters. It's okay. We are brothers and sisters. Love each other, respect each other. But these brothers and sisters relationship need to come from vertical alignment. You need to set up vertical system, which is central pillar. That is a filial piety. What is the most important thing between parent and child? That is the filial piety. So filial piety means toward my love toward my parents. But before that, God has his own filial piety. We cannot say parents are loving children. We cannot using that word filial piety, but different terminology. And that is a parental love. Actually, parental love also very particular. They love their own children like a filial piety. Absolutely. Always sacrifice, always giving and invest and forget. Only the Heavenly Father practice for the sake of the human being. That's why Bible say that you need to love God. You need to put God as a top priority. That is your first commandment. As long as you put first commandment to love God as a number one, and then no need to worry how to love my neighbor, how to love my brothers and sisters, how to love my society, you can apply everywhere. However, there is no vertical alignment, which is a filial piety, then you cannot set up any moral standard. That's why most important, the essential point of the morality is what? Filial piety. This is the universal principle. Why at least the Eastern country like Korea and Japan and China and they at least keep that kind of tradition because everybody emphasizes the importance of the filial piety. Yesterday I showed this photo. Father and mother together. Wow. Who is Moon Sun-myung? He's my eternal daddy. Who is 한학자? She is my eternal mom. They are my daddy and mom. That's why whenever I think my mom, my daddy, always have floating, incredible, longing heart. How much do you miss your daddy? 문선명 티슈님. How much do you have longing heart? Your mom, 한학자, 비같은 도로. When you have longing heart for your father and mother, no need to talking about the rule. No need to talking about the principle. No need to talking about the law. Longing heart, loving my father and mother, that's everything. What's the purpose of learning divine principle? How to create longing heart? How can I create more loving my father and mother? 문선명, 한학자, our heavenly parents, that is everything. All kind of training for what? What's the conclusion? There is a love and heart beyond any rule, any law. Even though you give a wonderful lecture, wonderful internal guidance, but you don't have a longing heart for your own parents, for heavenly parents, your own physical parents, your own brothers and sisters, your neighbor, does not make any sense. My brothers and sisters, filial piety is really, really important. That's why, as long as I love God, as long as I love my heaven true parents, automatically same attitude. I can love my mom. She's now more than 90 years old. Not just only biological my mother. She is really my mom, even though she came from fallen background. How much she loves me. When I think about my mother, automatically my tears come out. So that's why I realized that as long as I love my mother, I can love true father, true mother. I can love heavenly parents. Same thing, there's no difference. That's why Father said, as much as you love God, you can love true parents. As much as you love true parents, you can love your own parents automatically. Because of same particular alignment. As much as I love my mom, my father, I can love true parents. I can love heavenly parents. This is same vertical alignment. Filial piety, the standard same. That's why as long as I love my mom, my true parents, heavenly parents, automatically this standard become eternal, unchanging, unique. And then you can practice your own brothers and sisters, your own society, your own nation, your own world, your neighbor, same things. Why I cannot love my own brothers and sisters? Why I cannot love my own spouse? What's the main reason? Your vertical alignment problem. Your vertical alignment is a problem. You do not receive love much from your father and mother. Your relationship, something wrong between your own parents and yourself. This relationship go to the true parents. Even though you work very hard to try to recover, it takes time to love true father and true mother. Even though you accept father as the Messiah, but in artistic way, it takes time to love a father and mother. It takes time to love heavenly parents. Everything relate to everywhere. Vertical alignment, which is a filial piety, connect to everywhere. That's why the vertical alignment, which is a filial piety, is everything. Your relationship with your own brothers and sisters, your relationship with your husband and wife, your neighbor, everything connected. That's why most important thing is what? Vertical pillar. Vertical pillar, which is a universal principle. Filial, the principle of the filial piety is a universal principle. Loving God. Then you can love everything. This is the universal principle. Very, very important. That's why yesterday I talking about Chinese character education. 교육, 교육구, 교육구. 교육 means what? 교 means filial piety, or filial plus father. Combination, 교. 육 means raising up. 교육 means raising up filial piety toward your parents. Wow, this is really, education is to enable people to be filial to their parents. Therefore, education without inspiring the practice of the filial piety is a humanistic education. Why now is education is decline? What's the main reason? Any education in society, in the nation, in the school, why the level of education is declining? Because lack of filial piety. Lack of education for filial piety. This is the fundamental problem. That's why when you're teaching the philosophy, you need to teach them filial philosophy. When you teach up the business, filial business, making money for what? I return to joy and glory to my parents. I want to become professor. I want to become politician. For what? I want to return my joy and happiness to my parents, heavenly parents. That's why any education, any major, what the main goal is to raise up filial piety. 교육 means, education means, in any field, in any education, definitely need to involve the raising up filial piety. This is fundamental, I am telling you, fundamental. Before I departing Reverend Johan Lee, at the time I think he was, near 70 years old. I want to become the pioneer. And then when I attend Reverend Johan Lee, I ask him, which word do you love most? And he wrote to me, that character is this filial. Show. He wrote to me, filial. I still have it. Reverend Yohani, before he going to spiritual world, his main education is filial piety. Out of our true mother, keyword is what? Filial heart. Wow. That's why for me, when I realized that the importance of the filial piety, the value of the filial piety, really, what's that? Give me so much great impact. Filial piety. Therefore, when I see my grandchildren, my daughter-in-law, my son-in-law, I always think how to raise up filial piety. Always think. If a filial piety is a filial piety in my family, then my family will come alive. If there is a filial piety between my wife and then me, then our relationship goes smooth everywhere. That's why for me, really want to, my focal point, how to raise a filial piety. All children, my main focal point, how to raise a filial piety. That's why, I ask children to often 경배 to my father-in-law. Ask them to 경배 to, your father and mother. This is one of the way to raising up filial piety. 경배 is one of the really great education to raising up filial piety. You look at that. People starting family, they 경배 to their own father and mother. They respect each other, 경배. Even though they are second generation, they 경배 in front of the father and mother. And then hugging each other before starting family. And then I bless them. Please do well. Like Abraham give the benediction to his Isaac. Isaac gave the benediction to his son Jacob. Always parents need to bless them. And then children really respect parents. That's why our main focal point is what? How to raise up filial piety. You look at the people starting family, whole family, very happy and celebration. You look at that, this is my last son. My daughter-in-law is a Filipino. Mother is a Japanese. The father is a Filipino. And then people starting family. And then we really educate them. And then we give the benediction. My beloved son and my beloved daughter-in-law, please do well. Most important thing is you need to put God as a top priority. Your substantial and eternal parents, true parents. Wherever you go, do not forget your filial piety toward through father and through mother. And then ask them people starting family, ask them to 경배 to my father-in-law. And then ask them to 경배 to our couple. And then they 경배 each other, they respect each other. So I ask them, you love me? They say yes. Do you love your mom? Yes. Then you need to love each other like love your father, like love your mother, like love your true parents and heavenly parents. They say yes. Okay? And then finally, benediction. The content of the benediction is what? Let them become filial sons and daughters. And then in front of us, let them kiss. Okay? Husband and wife kiss before the parents. It need to be natural. Okay? Not just only between you and your spouse. In front of parents, kiss each other. And then they come back again. And then, and then also, they 경배 to their elder brother. My last Sunday asked them to 경배 to their own brother. You need to respect your own brother. Then finally, we are cake cutting. And then also we are using my family style. I educate all second generation in Asia Pacific. So now become one of the tradition in Asia Pacific. Anyone start family, they follow the kind of the same pattern. They really, their own parents pray for their own children. You see, you look at that. This is one of the Japanese couple. And then children 경배 to their own parents and husband and wife before starting family. 경배 each other and embrace each other, hugging each other. And then, mother hugging the daughter-in-law, father hugging his own son. How beautiful tradition. One Japanese family also following this way. Now all entire plus family in Asia follow this beautiful family tradition, the tradition of the filial piety. You look at that, their own brothers and sisters, starting family together with the father and mother, daughter-in-law, and own brothers and sisters. And then these, their younger brothers and sisters, they have strong determination. Wow, I want to be like that. If I marry, if I receive blessing, I want to be like that. Become very, very beautiful filial family. And then also this another family also same tradition, filial tradition, also doing same thing. And then they are hugging each other. Parents look at that. Oh, I'm so happy. My own children, they are starting family. I love you, darling. I love you, my son. I love my daughter. Do you know how much do I love you? Actually, love is everything. Filial piety is everything. How much beautiful it is. And then this another family also, they are loving each other. They respect and come back to their own parents. So my brothers and sisters, main education should be in the family, centering on filial piety. Yesterday, I want to mention again, individual perfection is the perfection of the filial piety. Father said there is a two-way to become individual perfection. One, you need to control your body. You need to control 4 kinds of desire: material desire, eating desire, food desire, and then what's that? Your sexual desire, and then completely become one, body and your mind, and completely become one. Through this controlling your physical body, you can reach the individual perfection. Father said, but the most important thing is internal content. How to become individual perfection. He's mentioned that individual perfection is the perfection of the filial piety. You need to become the individuals based in filial piety and create families and tribes rooted in the filial piety. That's why filial piety is basic. So Father said, that's why you have to become filial individual, filial family, filial tribe, filial society, filial nation, filial world. That is the kingdom of heaven on the earth. The kingdom of heaven full of the filial piety, the word of the filial piety. Secondly, filial piety is the root of heart. I really love this sentence. Father saying that, even Korean people, many people saying that filial piety is the root of heart. Root. In filial piety, the concept of the self-control exists in front of the parents. That's why, what's the purpose of your life? How can I return joy and happiness for my parents? That is everything. So when you set up filial piety, settle down filial piety in your family, then your family becomes very, very stable. Your children love your own father and mother. Then your family already settled down. Any family, you settle down filial the piety, and then already your family become very, very stable. Those who are filial son and daughters, they cannot run away from parents. They don't want to make any hurt for parents. Always discussing and reporting. Not just only parents really by force ask them to do filial piety. It's a natural way. because my mom, my daddy love me so much. And then children's reaction is the same things. I need to love my mom and my daddy same, like my father and my mother love me same way. That's why one of the most important thing in the family, how to plant filial piety in my family. Therefore, in order to plant filial piety toward my children, I need to love my own father and mother living together, 3 generations living together. I love my own father and mother. No need to talk, no need to educate. Just show and just serving, just loving. Then children learn automatically what is filial piety. Wow. My father and mother love my grandparents so much. Then I need to love my parents I need to love my father and mother same way. Please, my brothers and sisters, need to remind filial piety is the root of the heart. Filial piety is the foremost way that must be practiced if a human being wishes to live as people. Filial piety is the source of all virtues, which is the base upon which human beings form their character. That's why filial piety is really, really incredibly important. What's the loyalty? What's the patriotism? Father say, patriotism is extension of the filial piety. Who is saints and sages? This is the extension of the filial piety. Who can become divine sons and daughters? Or what's the standard of the divine sons and daughters? That is the extension of the filial piety. Everything begins from filial piety. Wow, this is really amazing guidance. That's why we are recite the family pledge every day. We have to become filial sons and daughters in the family. We have to be a patriot in the nation. Begins from filial piety. True filial sons and daughters automatically can love my nation. Automatically can love the world. Automatically can love the cosmos. Automatically can love heavenly parents. It begins from filial piety. The reason filial piety is referred to as the source of all virtues is because from the parent and child relationship, which is the first human relation, the family and society is formed. The family order is expanded to relationships among multiple individuals and then develop into the social order and system of the nation. Wow. When you just come out from mother's womb, what is your first relationship? What is your first relationship with your mom? With your father? Your first relationship after you are born from your father and mother. What is your first relationship? With your father, with your mother. Parent and child relationship. This is the beginning. Not just only beginning, even on the way, even at the end. Parent and child relationship. My love begins from my father and mother. How much precious my father and mother. I came from my father and mother. That's why I don't want to hurt anything from for my father and mother. This is filial piety. That's why when you set up vertical standard, no need to worry how to build up horizontal relationship. Just apply same way. The practice of the filial piety leads to the establishment of ethical value systems and properly establish the social order. From here, the virtues of the mutual respect and loving kindness between the members of a family organization and society is formed. And this can become the driving force that supports the nation. Wow. Father said, if there is a filial piety, filial heart, even Heavenly Father providing heavenly fortune, including even economical blessing. To receive money fortune, material fortune, Father said, you need to love your father and mother. You need to put God as a top priority. It is clearly stated in the 10 Commandments. One of the commandments is what? Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. Mentioned very clearly, honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Wow. Honor your father and your mother. What does it mean? Not just only respect. Filial piety. You need to love your father and mother with your filial piety. That is honoring. Honoring my father and mother. What does it mean? Bible clearly mentions, even though do not put the word of the filial piety, actually same things. Honor your father and mother means you need to love your father and mother with your filial piety. Filial piety means put your parents as the top priority. Anyone honor your father and mother, anyone practice a filial piety toward your father and mother, what kind of blessing? Here, Bible mentioned, you may live long in the land. The Lord God is giving you. God giving you one of the greatest blessing to you. Who is really practice filial piety? What kind of greatest blessing? Let you live long life in the land. In the land. Why? To care my father and mother, I need to be healthy. I need to have a long life. Otherwise, how can I take care of my father and mother? That's why. Those who love your father and mother always become strong, physically very strong, keeping very good health, because I am not me. I am not belong to me. I came from my father and mother. My body, my soul belong to my parents. I need to keep healthy. And then I need to serve my father and mother. The teaching recorded in the Old Testament is once again confirmed in the New Testament. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment, with a promise that it may go well with you, that you may enjoy long life on the earth. How can your life become enjoyable? How can your life become very, very happy? What's the key? What's the key point? Filial piety, your father and mother. Honor your father and mother, then your life will become very, very much enjoyable. Wow, that's why happiness, joy come from vertical line, come from parents. But everybody self-centered. Just enjoy between men and women. We have a sexual relationship. Okay, between you and me is okay. Everything horizontal love. Horizontal love cannot last. Centering on own interest, centering on self-center, centering on individualism, centering on egoism cannot create eternal happiness and joy. Eternal happiness, joy, and happiness and joy comes from vertical line. When you make your father and mother happy, you can automatically create happiness and joy between your husband and wife. Because my husband is so precious, come from his own parents. My wife is so precious, she came from her father-in-law, mother-in-law. Wow. That's why anyone truly love their own parents, truly love their own spouse. Once you set up vertical alignment between parents and child, automatically you can build a beautiful relationship between husband and wife. I treat my wife like my mother. I treat my husband like my father. How much beautiful it is. That's why how you set up vertical tradition, which is a filial piety tradition. That is our homework. Based on what we discussed so far, we can describe biblical filial piety in the following way. It is presenting us with the vast and deep teachings of serving God, respecting one's parents, loving one's family, being loyal to one's nation, and then preserving nature and serving all humankind. That's why anyone have a heart of the filial piety? Wow, you can serve anyone, you can attend anyone, you can love anyone. I love even nature like attend my father and mother. I can love my neighbor and nature, anyone like loving my father and mother. That's right. This is a vertical alignment to love my father and mother, everything. Vertical standard. Set up vertical standard. Then horizontal way is automatic. But if you ignore this vertical line, central pillar, no matter how much you hard work, no matter how much you make good relationship between husband and wife, cannot last. Only vertical alignment can last. But one thing you need to know that. Then what is the purpose of the vertical alignment? What is the reason to set up vertical alignment? Very clear. To multiply horizontally. Because of the horizontal multiplication, not just only one. This kind of standard, I want to multiply everywhere horizontally to the society, to the nation, and to the world, to the cosmos, everywhere. The purpose of the vertical relationship is to multiply horizontally. And multiply that kind of vertical standard everywhere. Not just only for the vertical purpose. For the vertical purpose is the purpose for horizontal multiplication. We need to know that reason very clearly. For my nation to become the center of the world and a source from where divine principle can be disseminated. Disseminated means what? More spreading. The divine principle can be spread to the world. You should first correctly understand filial piety, which God speaks of, and practice it accordingly. Wow. That's why I still remember. If we set up filial piety, my family will come alive. We set up the filial system in society, my society will come alive. If we set up filial system in my nation will come alive. How to revive America? How to revive America? Set up vertical system. I put God as a top priority. Our ancestors in America, they came from England all the way, overcome so much difficulties, but they put God as a top priority. It means they really practice filial piety. Our ancestors in America, they put God as a top priority. This is the filial piety. That's why this nation, within 200, 300 history, become prosperous, become central nation of the world. Because they put God as a top priority, put filial piety as a top priority, then the region receive the blessing. If America lose this standard, God is a dead God. God is already dead. Do not talk about God in the school. Do not talk about God in the family. My goodness, my family will decline, my society will decline, my beautiful country America will decline, the whole world decline. How can we go back to original point? Need to inherit our ancestors' spirit of the filial piety, put God as a top priority. That's the filial piety. How to revive, educate the spirit of the filial piety. That is the key in the family, in the society, everywhere, even in the church. God's good object partner equals God's object partner of the filial piety. So, how to become individual perfection? Through filial piety. If I love God, if I love true parents, children cannot come in sin anymore. Cannot. You feel lack of the filial piety, immediately become horizontal. Adam and Eve, forget God's order. And then become self-centered. Oh, I want to eat that fruit of the knowledge of the good and evil. I want to eat. They do not think about the God's commandment, God's word. Wow. That's why when we feel lack of filial piety, immediately become horizontal. Immediately become horizontal. Anytime you can fall. Anytime you can become horizontal. How can I go back to original standard? Raising up filial piety. Let's make a conclusion. Okay. I summarize everything what Father talking about the filial piety. Okay. Then I make it shorter. Okay. In short, what's the filial piety? Number one, filial piety is serving God. Truly serving God. Secondly, filial piety is respect his or her parents. Respect, pay respect. Without respect, cannot inherit. Filial piety, respect his or her parents. Number three, filial piety is love his or her family. Because I love my father and mother, same way I love my own family. Number four, filial piety is loyal to one's nation, my nation. So, the loyal and patriotism is an extension of the filial piety. Filial piety is a preserve nature. I treat my nature like my father and mother. They are my parents. Nature providing everything, food and air, everything. That's why I treat nature my parents. Therefore, filial piety preserve nature. Filial piety serve all humankind, like my father and mother, like my own parents, like my true parents. Number seven, filial piety will never dry up his tears for parents. When you see very nice item, I want to buy some gift for somebody, and then immediately first thing, not my child, not my spouse, your filial son, daughters, first thing about, how can I buy some nice item and gift for my father and mother? Whenever I go to Thailand, whenever I go to the Korea from Thailand, always I am thinking, what our true father love, some food love the most. What kind of gift should I give? I need to buy chocolate. I need to buy something. Later on, I recognize that our father and mother love Thai durian. Durian, very smelly. We can say that durian is the king of the fruit. So father and mother love that one. That's why whenever I go to Korea, always I bring to Korea, but always in at the immigration custom, always check, and then I always fighting with them. They say, why you bring this one? I want to give, my father and mother. They love that. Then when they realize my little bit filial piety, then let me go. And many times this kind of the experience. Later on, Korean government, okay, now you can bring in durian. Okay, so in the beginning they check everything. Then when father love durian. So even though I cannot give him money, my parents, what does he like? My mother, what does he like? Even chocolate, whatever. Even though you buy something, when you eat something delicious, how about my father? My father is here, my mother is here. Do they like it or not? Yeah, this delicious food. If I can eat together with my father and mother, how much beautiful it is. Always think about the parents. The parents not here, then automatically shedding tears. This is a filial heart. That's why yesterday I'm so inspired by Reverend John Jackson. He brought 10,000 paper cranes, and member made it, more than 1 month, put their heart and mind and made and brought here. They offer their filial heart to a true mother. And then he brought even donation. Member donated and collected donation and then brought here. Reverend Yohane say, money is not money. Money is the expression of your heart. Money is not the material. Money, Reverend Yohane said, money is the substance of your heart. However, people misuse. Money is a substance of our heart. Member collect saman, $10, $20, $100. Does not matter how much amount. Important thing is your heart. Your heart. Number 8, we can experience God's heart only with filial piety and only possible by shedding tears toward the parents. So, why father is always crying? I feel father cry too much, mother cry too much. They are the one who know their own parents, who is God. They are. Heavenly parents is sorrowful parents. That's why father think about heavenly parents, just tears come down. When true mother think about heavenly father, just tears come down. This is the behavior of the filial sons and daughters. Same heart, same mindset. When my parents cry and the children no cry, there's something gap, artistic gap. Number 9, filial piety is living according to the parents' wishes without going against their heart. I was born for my parents. I live for my parents. My purpose of life for my parents. I will die for my parents. In any danger situation, I can die anytime for my parents. My father and mother lived for children in such a way. That's why children should be saved. My life is for my parents. Many fallen people, my life is my life. You do not disturb me. Do not intervene me. My life is my life. Doesn't matter. This is really unfilial piety. Through the my major, how can I make happiness for my parents? This is a filial heart. That's why when Heavenly Father created human being, was the purpose of His creation? To feel joy and happiness. That's why was the purpose of my life, how to return my joy and happiness centering on filial piety. That should be my purpose of life. Number 10, filial piety is the root of heart. Just now I mentioned. In filial piety, the concept of the self cannot exist in front of the parents. Parents and children same like a mind and body. Adam and Eve should be God's body, God's mind. But they do not make the unity. 11. Filial piety is the foremost way that need to be practiced if a human being wishes to live as a people. Number 12, filial piety is the source of all virtues, which is the base upon which human beings form their character. What's the greatest character? What's the main content of the character education? Not just only beat up beauty brothers and sisters, how to beat up your friend and your teacher. This is external. The main content education of the character is what? Filial piety. When you educate filial piety, they automatically love their own teacher, own brothers and sisters. That's why the main content character education should be filial piety. Many people, even though they are talking about character education is good, you have to be a good person, have to be good person. What's the original point? They do not mention the original point. This is the problem. Individual character education, very much democratic way of the character education does not work. Number 13, filial piety leads to the establishment of ethical value system and properly establish the social order. If there is a clear order in the family between parents and the centering on filial piety in the society, oh, you are my boss. I need to respect you as my father and mother. Even the order of the society automatically can be established. Amazing. Number 14, filial piety may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Wow. Do you want to live a long life? You need to practice filial piety. When you practice filial piety, I am telling you, guarantee, your body very healthy, your spirit become very healthy. Finally, you can live long life. Ajo. Okay, final slide. Number 15, where there is a filial piety, the family will come alive. Where there is a filial piety, the church will come alive. Where there is a filial piety, education will come alive. Where there is a filial piety, the country will come alive. 19, filial piety will expand from the filial children in the family, tribal messiah in the tribe, patriot in the nation, saint in the world, and divine sons and daughters in the cosmos, and become the cornerstone for the creating the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven. Therefore, individual perfection can be completed through the filial love and heart. My brothers and sisters, I teach you yesterday and today the essence of the divine principle, which is filial piety. Mother is coming soon. Our beloved mother, our heavenly begotten daughter, How much do you have filial piety toward the mother? How much do you long for the mother? We set up this kind of a beautiful, the tradition of the filial piety with the true mother. I can become man of true love. I can become man of true woman. I can become man of the patriot. I can become man of saints and sages. I can become man of the divine sons and daughters. Thank you very much. 감사합니다. So please select one person and then share the reflection and then prayer, closing prayer.
Josephine Hamad.
Oh boy. Dear Lord. Well, I'm grateful for the couple that I get to take care of, because that's where I express my filial piety, taking care of them, the elderly couple. And I'm grateful for Mother Mary in my life, because that's where I have the deepest love for a mother. I can dwell within her womb. I need her presence in my church. And I'm grateful that God showed me where the separation between Christianity and True Father's work happened. God showed me in True Father's autobiography, in which the Christians who were with Father, he told them, go back to your churches. The women of EY University, he said, go stay in your dormitories, live quiet lives of faith. You know, but they didn't listen to him at that time. And I'm sure I've made similar mistakes many times. And that's where all the difficulty came, because they had temptation of love at the top of the growth stage. They could not respond correctly. And that's where the separation happened. So in my heart of hearts, I wanted to correct that. And a miracle happened. This woman walked into my life, and she desperately wanted me to become a Catholic. She saw my love for Jesus. She pursued me. I resisted. I knew what I didn't like about the church, Catholic Church. But God kept showing me that I didn't have to worry about that. I said, why do they insist people, you know, have to keep their children and can't get abortions? I said, I'm not joining this church unless they take care of those women they convince to have children. And lo and behold, that very day, I met the nuns who take care of women who don't get abortions. So I am grateful God showed me the grace within the church, and that our early members kind of walked away from and created the separation. And I long for the connection between the two, the right connection, the spiritual new life I gained from Jesus, from Mary, connected to Miss Chung, you know, somehow she's part of it also. But the second Eve, I think God revealed to me the second Eve. Mother's the third Eve in my mind and heart. I hope you forgive me. The second Eve was Mary. She restored a lot of what we see in what's wrong with Eve, okay? She said yes to God, and she brought life instead of death. Back in those days, you know, men had many wives, so the Eve position couldn't be held by a wife, so it was held by a mother anyway. That's
somebody wants me to finish. So I am grateful that God showed me this special grace, and I'm grateful I can be here to share it and that God called
Thank
me.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so my brothers and sisters, okay, can you offer the prayer? Please offer prayer.
Okay. Yeah, beloved Heavenly Parent, thank you for the beautiful things you reveal to us. Yes, filial piety is so important wherever you lead our hearts to be filial. Grateful that you lead my heart to be filial to my origins in Christianity. I'm grateful that you lead the hearts of each person here to be filial to true parents. If that is where they meet your presence, it's where we meet your presence. It's where you want to meet us. It's where you want to dwell with us. You are our ultimate Heavenly Parent, and you decide who to meet us through. You decide who to love us through, and we give our filial piety to you through the people you connect our hearts to, Lord. Thank you, Heavenly Parent, for this beautiful community who emphasize filial piety. Thank you for True Mother's effort to do what you are calling her to do. I pray for deep oneness and love between her and Mother Mary. I am sure the two of them together with honor and respect for each other, truly understanding the value of each other, can bring great victory to this world, Lord. And every other divine feminine person in this world, every woman, hold your presence within them. Every woman is a vehicle through which we meet your divine feminine. Every man can be a vehicle through which we meet your divine masculine. This is what we want to give our filial piety to wherever you move our hearts. May we recognize where your hearts are leading us, why you are leading us in that direction, and what you want us to do with it to expand and complete humankind's filial piety towards you, Heavenly Parent. I offer this prayer in the name of Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord, in the name of true parents, and in the name of Taj and Josephine Hamad of the Hamad Blessed Central Family. Aju.
Aju. Okay, thank you so much for your prayer. Today, I think going to be one of the most beautiful and historical day. Our beloved mother is coming to America. I'd like to ask each one of our brothers and sisters, pray more harder, her safe journey, and also while she's staying in America, I think she feels very much joyful, happy, and then also external all complicated situation in America, everything can settle down. I think American nation can have the new beginning centering on her trip to America. Once again, thank you very much. Have a nice and victorious day today. 감사합니다.